I'm very, very curious about how it looks. That's why it's Santa's butt. Like it's almost like a.
I would imagine Santa would have a floral ass. Stuck your face in there. It looks like an IPA. That's a stout.
Oh, you found it! That's awesome.
Welcome back to the 4th annual Christmas special, buddy. We're back. We're back in the pub for the 4th Christmas.
Isn't that crazy?
It's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. For anybody who's been joining us every year for our Christmas celebration, thank you so much for tagging along with us. So as you know, we open and close our Christmas beer brackets and stay in the festive holiday spirit, but also Sandra and I have a beer gift exchange every year where we send each other a secret beer gift that neither of us know what it is. We got it in the mail recently. We wait until this day to open it up. And it's always something really special. If you've seen past years, it's nothing too big. You know, we're not dropping thousands of dollars on these gifts, but it's something that means something meaningful, something special that we get for each other. And it's always a good time.
It is. It's the best time of the year. And it really is our holiday celebration. So look at that. Here it is.
I'm just waiting. Oh, look at that. You got the box there.
I got a box. What's in it?
What is in these mysterious beer packages? I don't know. Wait and find out. After our opening beers, we'll do the little gift exchange, close our holiday beers, and have a festive good time. This is like our work Christmas party every year. It's the best time of year.
It is. And what a pleasure, my friend. May I say, like, when we first started, like, I knew we were going to go far. 4 is quite an achievement. And at this point, I'm just going to say, like, I can't wait to see where we're going to be next. So, and it's a pleasure to be here celebrating with you this year again. Like, it's a beautiful tradition.
Cannot agree more, buddy. Cannot agree more. I think we just need to get right into the festive spirit. It's been a month. We've had some things happen. I'm injured. I'm beer injured. Tore my Achilles tendon, so I'm a little bit immobile for the time being. So we haven't done too much filming and setting up my new set here back in Montreal. I haven't completed it. There's still some big plans for this set right now. It's kind of like the transplanted Hamilton set. But there are plenty of reasons to celebrate and be positive and be happy. And I could not be happier to be in the pub here with you, buddy. Let's open these first beers because I cannot wait. You always get the best beers for Christmas. And I cannot wait. I've like beer salivating here, man. What are you opening your Christmas beer brackets with?
Thank you so much, my friend. What a beautiful introduction. You always said gentleman and a scholar. So this year I've found 2 beers that I've never tried. And I'm quite excited. I've been waiting because I went on my beer exploration, and I found those beers sitting on the shelf, and I said, "Oh, those are really, really perfect." And I had actually quite a few to select in between, but I ultimately landed on these. So I'm opening this year with a brewery that I've never featured on the channel, but that I actually quite like. This specific brew is a Christmas brew from them. The brewery is Ommegang, Everything Naughty. And they have 2 versions, like the Everything Naughty and the Everything Nice. I have tried their Everything Nice, but the Everything Naughty is the first time that I actually get to try. It's a white chocolate imperial blonde stout.
Oh my God, what? What?
It's funny, isn't it? White chocolate imperial blonde stout. Those blonde stout words, like it's an oxymoron thing.
I don't know what a blonde stout is. I'm dying to see you pour this out. It's a Christmas miracle, my friend. It's a Christmas miracle. A blonde stout.
Right?
I can't wait.
It's quite special. So I'm gonna tell you a few more things about it, like in a bit. But first, I want to hear about your opening beer. What are you opening your beer brackets with?
As always, buddy, we are beer synced. Our beer minds are synced. There's always a certain beer serendipity that happens in our episodes where we don't communicate about this stuff at all beforehand, and we always manage to choose things within the same realm, within the same topic, within the same style, whatever it might be. There's always connections there. And so my opening bracket is a stout as well. It's not a blonde stout. I'm still just, my mind is blown and I cannot wait to see that. But it's an interesting stout nonetheless, my friend. Before we were talking about how you can't find too many British beers where you are, this brewery called St. Peter's is one of the original craft breweries in England.
Wow.
Look at this little medicinal style bottle that it's in.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. It's like beer medicine.
It's looks
like medieval
like
beer medicine.
That's what it looks like. It's like it's a medieval bottle.
It's a medieval bottle, right? And it looks like a bottle of NyQuil or something.
That's very interesting.
So this brewery's been open since the 90s. So they haven't been around for too long, but it still makes them one of the original craft breweries in England, which is really interesting. So St. Peter's Hall is it's a castle-like fortress, my friend, but it has a moat. It's moated. So this brewery is surrounded by a moat, and they actually use the word moated. I didn't know that was a verb, but it's been moated. And so you have to cross a moat full of, I'm sure, very angry sharks and alligators to get to this brewery and obtain their beer. And I'm sure it is because, as we know, over the centuries, over the millennia, there have been many beer battles and many monasteries that have been burned down over beer. And so even though those breweries opened in the 90s, I'm sure that they had some kind of premonition that there was going to be beer brewing happening at some point.
Yep.
And they built that moat to protect themselves.
It's fair statement. I'm sure they have, like one of those bridges that they can, move so that in case like they don't want you in, like they just take up the bridge and then you're just left with the moat.
Save the beer. So they make a whole wide variety of beer, but this is their cream stout.
Wow, cream stout. Look at that, man. Well, we picked like in the same category some very strange variations. That's awesome.
Very strange. I've never heard of just a straight non-nitrogenated cream stout. This is a new term for me. And it says coffee and vanilla notes and creamy chocolate taste. Strong beer, 6.5. Let's crack these open, buddy. I love that we're just always in the same
sync, man.
Yeah.
Always. The back of the can here says, "Welcome to the naughty list."
Oh, you on a beer naughty list?
Apparently.
Oh yeah, right out of the bottle, very just milk chocolate, straight milk chocolate out of the bottle. You know how like those milk chocolate holiday candies that you can get? Like,
yeah.
Smells like one of those. Oh, and it is thick.
Mind blowing.
I cannot wait to hear about this blonde stuff. Can you show me this? I want to see this.
Of course, man.
It looks like an IPA. That's a stout.
That's what it says here. That's what they call it, at least.
What? I need an explanation. I definitely need an explanation. Well, cheers, buddy.
Cheers to you, my friend.
Let's take our first
I got carried away.
Happy holidays, everybody at home. We have so much to talk about with these beers.
Happy holidays.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait. I was so caught up in my own beer that I was like not paying attention to your reaction.
Oh, you're fine, man. I was kind of doing the same. I got lost in the beer there for a moment. But no, tell me about yours first. Come on.
No,
come on.
God, no. Hey, no, I need to hear about this blonde stout first. You tell me.
So here's the craziness about it. I mean, it says it on the back there that, it's playing mind tricks. That's probably why they called it that. Because it does have those slightly roasted notes. They're not deep, chocolatey, coffee-like. Definitely not there. But there is an initial roastiness to it. But the craziness of it is then it translates quickly into this white chocolate. Like white chocolate has a very unique mouthfeel and almost taste like it's more on the sweet side.
Yes.
And it's definitely not something you would expect. Creaminess, almost like butteriness that you get on your tongue. And that's exactly what you taste. The finish of it is resembling perfectly white chocolate. It's 9.5%, but it does not feel like it. It's
9.5.
Yeah. It's a strong beer. That's why it's probably also they call it everything naughty.
Right.
How about yours, man? Like, how does that
taste?
Okay, wait, no,
I still have so many questions. Stop trying to change the subject here. How's this? How is this? Like, where does the stout come into play?
You know what? I don't know exactly if this exists as a style but...
You think that it's just a play on words, Vicky?
I think it is, but I read a little bit on the website and they use a blonde roasted malt, which I assume is it's a darker roasting of a malt without getting up into the chocolate toasted notes. So you do get some of those rich, very deep flavors that you normally absolutely don't get into in a blonde beer of any sort. Yeah. So there is that element, but it's far from, if you're expecting, chocolate, coffee, dark chocolate, mocha, espresso, all of those notes are not there at all. So don't expect that. The crust of the bread, right? Like without getting too much into those like super caramelized, but it's rich. But the chocolate, I think, is the predominant element, which, it's white chocolate imperial blonde stout.
That's so interesting, man. That's crazy. Because I guess, blonde stout, that makes sense if you're going to be going more on the white chocolate side of things, something a little bit lighter. That's, wow. I wish I could try that one. That sounds absolutely delicious. This is fantastic. This is when I first took a sip, it seemed pretty simple and pretty basic as a stout. But you know what I really like about this? When they call it a cream stout, it's almost like it has characteristics of a nitrogen stout without having nitro in it. Huh. It's got a really creamy mouthfeel. You know how sometimes when you're having, let's say, like an oatmeal stout or a dry stout, like a dry Irish stout, there's that, this coffee chocolate characteristics there, but then there's sort of like a really bitter finish on it, right?
Yes.
This has those characteristics of coffee and chocolate, but there's just a creamy, milky finish on it. You know what I would compare this to? A non-nitrogenated Murphy's. I think that's the best way to describe this, because Murphy's had sort of like that milk chocolate character to it, but remove the nitrogen effect. So it's still like a little bit of that sharp carbonation on it. It's really drinkable for something at 6.5%. It's really well balanced, really delicious. This is a nice beer. I was sold just on the bottle, and the fact that it's an import from England, that intrigued me as well. But when I saw this this flat medicinal bottle, it's like, oh my God, I got to try this.
It's amazing. The bottle itself.
Yeah, I've just never seen anything like this before. It's from Suffolk, England. That's where St. Peter's Hall is located. And it's actually like seemingly a really beautiful tourist attraction. There's a really nice restaurant on the grounds as well, and you can tour the hall and you can stay there. And the brewery's there on the grounds. And they have a whole wide variety of beers that they make. They make different IPAs and blondes and everything in the whole spectrum. It seems like they have their seasonals, and then they also have their mainstays that stick around too. If you are from the UK, let me know down below. What do you think of St. Peter's? Because obviously it's the first time I've ever seen them here in Canada. I've never come across this before. And this is a really solid, just standard. I think this is taking a very standard basic stout and doing it really, 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 really well. This is absolutely delicious. Fantastic beer. Buddy, I think it's gift time. I think we have the perfect beers in front of us right now to sip on while we open these gifts. I will let you start, my friend. Crack open that box. But I got to ask you, is there any kind of label or anything on the box that gave it away?
I actually did not look at the label, because when the package arrived, my wife happened to be outside, so she got it. She said, "Hey, I think this is for you." So I put it under here, and I resisted, my friend. I resisted the urge of looking.
I kind of don't believe you, but I'll go with the story, and I can't wait. I'm so excited about this. Come on, open it up.
All right. Are we ready?
Even if there's a spoiler on the box, it doesn't matter.
Look, so here's the back of the box, where I'm going to open. Like the front is here, has the label. I'm going to show on the camera. I don't know if there's a spoiler. I did not look.
Okay, cool. If you can avoid it, then that's good.
Anticipation.
I'm so excited for you to open this.
Okay. Let's see what's in here. There's a lot of bubble wrap.
Yeah.
A lot of bubble wrap. Let's see.
There should be a few things in there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So this is what I see. There you go. Now I recognize. I see some familiar names here. There's 3 things in here. The first thing I see is this very, very important tool.
Very important beer tool, my friend.
From the wizard, the San Bernardus wizard.
Straight from the wizards.
It looks like a tap. I don't know if you can see it here. I'm going to show it on camera, but then I'm going to show you too. Winking Wizard.
It's meant to look like one of their taps, yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Brewing Heavenly Nectar since 1946, San Bernardus. So that's the first part. And there's more. Second part here.
I'm so excited for you to see this.
This looks heavy somehow. It's heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's open here. Let's open here. Oh my goodness. This is a beer tap.
That's an actual Christmas tap handle. Yeah.
That's the Christmas San Bernardus.
The Christmas ale tap handle. Yeah.
Look at that, my friend. This is absolutely amazing. It feels like I could pour my own San Bernardus at any time.
Exactly.
Look at that. Look at this. This is awesome. And it's not done. It's not done. There's more.
There's more.
You sent me 3 presents here. Like this is too much. This is too much.
Surprisingly, their store is really cheap.
Well, regardless, thank you so much. Look at this beautiful book, San Bernardus with the wizard, the winking wizard here.
So that is a cookbook, but there's also a history of the brewery in there and some other information.
Look at that.
Sacred beer pages, my friend, with sacred beer legends.
Look, I just open up at the first page. Really, just it says Sweet Santa Claus Brownie with San Bernardus Christmas Ale. Look at that. How perfect is that?
Perfect. Look at that.
Man, I can't wait to read through those things. Thank you so much. And look at those beautiful pictures. Every page is all the pictures look amazing.
I was sure that wasn't going to arrive in time because the last time I ordered something from St. Bernardus for you, it was impossible to track. It got lost. It wound up showing up, but it was damaged. And then eventually they sent another one and we wound up getting 2 boxes, but it was a whole thing because they don't give you any kind of tracking number. And it's coming from Belgium, rural Belgium. And so it's just all done through the website and they send you a shipping confirmation. You go, okay, all right, it's on its way. And you're just trusting that it's going to arrive one day. And last time it took 2 months, but this time it arrived pretty quickly.
This is amazing. Look, I'm just flipping through, look at those history with a creamy head.
Look
wonderful.
At that.
And all the beers, look, the triple, the Watu triple, all the descriptions. And here it is, the San Bernardus ABT 12 that sits on the Perfect Beer Round Table. Look, this is amazing, man. Thank you so much. This is the best Christmas present. I'm going to place it right here. Man. Oh, it's
very
awesome.
Well deserved. Very well deserved.
Well, thank you. And I love that I now own a beer tap. This is so perfect. It's the first beer tap I've ever owned.
And what a unique one to own, right? The St. Bernardus Christmas Ale. What a unique beer tap to have.
This is fantastic, my friend. And
those are the actual taps that they have at the pub, at the brewery. So it's the same ones.
I'm going to be using this now from on to open the beers.
Yes.
Cheers to you, my friend.
All right.
I'm glad it made it because it had a little bit of an adventure too. The first original one got lost and it had to be shipped again. So finally it made it. I'm happy.
Oh, all right. It's soft. I'm guessing it's not a beer.
It's supposed to be soft. I'm happy. It's probably the right thing.
It's not a beer and it's not a book, I'm guessing.
I'm very curious about how it looks. I'm very, very curious about how it looks.
I haven't looked at it yet. I kind of see what it is. But I've wanted a Christmas sweater like this for so long. Especially an ugly Christmas sweater. And this is a nice one. This is a nice ugly Christmas sweater. But
it is an ugly Christmas sweater. You nailed it, man. That's exactly what it's meant to be. And I'm happy you've been looking for one, apparently. So that works out perfectly.
I can't wait to see what's on this sweater. All right.
And there's a second, you'll see. Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Yes.
There it is.
Merry beer brackets to you.
You know what, my friend? I was thinking because now there's a lot of people are using happy holidays and so on, and that's fair. It's all good. But I think we both grew up saying Merry Christmas, right?
Exactly.
So I thought, you know what? I think it's time for us to have our own cheerful way of celebrating the holiday. So why not say Merry beer brackets to you, my friend? Look at that. Yes.
I love it. Look at this. It's beautiful.
Personalized. I'm happy it fits. It's awesome.
Oh, it fits like a glove. It fits perfectly. Oh, buddy, what a great Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
This is beautiful. I love it. Merry beer brackets to you.
Exactly. That can be our new new tradition, like Merry Beer Brackets.
Speaking of beer brackets, we got it. Now that I'm wearing this awesome, beautiful sweater, we got to close our Christmas beer brackets, my friend. So these beers will be drank. Don't worry. We'll put these beers aside.
Definitely will.
I love this bottle. It's so cool. I'm going to keep this one. What are you closing your Christmas beer brackets with?
So let me grab just a glass here.
I can't wait. I can't wait to show you this one. I can't wait to try this one.
I am closing, and I found this beer on the same hunt trip where actually I found the other one.
What a great beer hunt.
I had seen this, I will say, I had seen this on the shelves before. I hadn't got to it. So I thought like, oh, this time I saw it and I said, this is the perfect opportunity. So the beer I'm closing with is Santa's Butt Winter Porter.
What?
Yeah, and you should see the label. I'll show it to you here in a second. I'm just showing it here on camera. It's Santa like sitting on this big barrel, having a giant mug of porter, sitting there with his list, going through his list with his slippers and all the gifts. Like, first of all, it's funny again, like we're in same beer length. This is a product of the United Kingdom. Funny enough, around Christmas, we start carrying beers from the UK. Produced and bottled by Ridgeway Brewing in Oxfordshire. It's 6% ABV. But what I wanted really to do here, just and allow me a moment, because I love the description of the beer that they have on this bottle. Like, it just like drives you in right in the holiday mood.
Tell me.
It says, this special holiday porter is made for winter, rich and warming, the way they like it at the North Pole. It was inspired by this famous line from a well-loved children's storybook. And if somebody knows where this line is from, please tell me. I don't. I didn't grow up listening to that in Italy. But the line says, and Santa sat on his great butt, enjoying a hearty brew.
I don't know. I've never heard that line before. Let us know down below if you know.
Please. In case you find that amusing, the brewer hastens to point out that in England, butt refers to a certain size barrel customarily used for beer, holding 108 imperial gallons.
So is that the origin of the word butt?
Probably.
Wow. We learned something.
So apparently, back in the days, it was quite a normal thing for a brewer to put its beer up in a large butt for storage. Still snickering, get your mind out of the gutter, or Santa will be skipping your house entirely this year. So I thought it was a nice way like to celebrate and try this winter porter with you, my friend.
That's fantastic. I can't wait to hear about that winter porter. Unfortunately, in Canada, even in Quebec, it's the same situation. Our beer selection pales in comparison to the amazing, unique beers that you can get down in the US. There's no Christmas-themed beers here anywhere that I can possibly find. It's like, dark, rich beers keep with that theme for the winter times. For Christmas, of course, the stout. But now, my friend, I am trying a beer, a legendary beer that I've never had before. That is, in the beer world, it occupies a very, very important place in a very, very important space. And we've never talked about this brewery on the channel before. And I'm very excited to introduce it on the channel to try it for the first time with you today as my closing beer bracket on this 4th annual Christmas special. This beer is from the 8th official Trappist brewery and the only German-speaking Trappist brewery located in Austria.
There it is.
It is the Gregorius.
Oh, you found it. That's awesome.
Yes, the Engelszell. The Gregorius Quad from, and I cannot pronounce the brewery, I'm so sorry. It's Engelszell.
That's amazing, man. I've been hunting for that. That's awesome that you found it.
I found the Gregorius.
You found it.
So this is their quadruple, my friend. A very holiday-fitting,
wonderful
Trappist quadruple. This abbey has existed since the 1200s, which is insane. Like, that's, it's quite a long time ago. So beer history, beer legend, does not necessarily go back that far. There are some beer scrolls and some beer writings that indicate that beer might have been brewed in this location close to that time, but this particular brewery is not nearly that old. But still, that site, that particular monastery, has roots going back 1,000 years, which is unbelievable. And it is the 8th official Trappist brewery, the only one Again, the only in a German-speaking country. I'm excited. This is a very highly rated, a very well-renowned beer.
Wow.
And I am excited to try it with you today, buddy.
Thank you so much, my friend. First of all, for going out and finding it, because like that is an elusive beer that you have right there.
Is it really? So, I don't know how elusive it is.
I mean, at least it is here in the US. I haven't seen it, and it's quite difficult to track down. So I think you have quite a find there, my friends. It might not be exactly a Christmas themed beer, but it is, because it's a beer that you would consume happily around the holiday time.
It's a winter beer.
Right. So merry beer brackets to you, my friend.
Merry beer brackets to you too, buddy. Let's crack open these beers and let's get started. I'm excited. I actually bought this one a couple of months ago in Ontario. I saw it in the LCBOs one day.
That's amazing, man. That's awesome. Oh, and I just wanted to report that the San Bernardo's bottle opener works perfectly.
Thank you for the report. Perfectly. I just want to report that the sweater works perfectly as well. It's keeping me nice and warm.
Keeping you warm there in the cold Canada weather.
It's keeping the cockles of my beer heart very warm in this cold Canada weather.
I'm pouring Santa's butt.
Oh, this smells like...
I never thought I would say.
There's a lot of firsts happening in beer brackets, my friend. A lot of life firsts that happen in these walls of these pubs.
Really? That's true statement.
Okay, this is like, it pours out very caramel colored out of the bottle. And there's actually, I would say, caramel colored head on it. Probably not even a one finger head there. Sort of like a dark, nutty, brown body to it. But you know, sometimes you smell a beer, and you know, they say smell is one of the most accurate memories that you have, that evoke the most like vivid pictures of the past in your mind. Yeah. This is bringing me back to a beer that I've had before, and I'm going to try and remember which one it is. Deep sort of caramel, not caramel, deep caramel notes.
I think it's caramel. there's not vowels in there. There's mostly consonants.
There's too many vowels. Yeah.
There's only consonants.
Too many vowels. Deep caramel notes. It's like all caramel. It's actually unbelievable, and I'm so excited.
Awesome.
What is that one like right out of the glass?
Means Santa's butt.
Santa's butt. Yeah. What's that porter like?
Well, I'll be honest. Like I would have expected it to be a little bit more. It's very gentle on the notes. It almost has like an aromatic, slightly floral.
It's a floral butt.
It's a floral butt. I guess like it's that's why it's Santa's butt. Like it's almost like a walking into
Santa a floral ass. Stuck your face in there. Be kind of floral, like candy caney.
Probably, yeah, candy caney. Yeah, it's like walking into a forest of pines. That's kind of like Christmas trees. That's what it is. Christmas trees.
Oh man!
But no, I'm curious about the taste, because on the nose, I'll be honest, it has a nice aroma, but it's very subtle. So I'm very curious to see the taste at least.
Well,
so
let's find out. Cheers, buddy.
Let's find out, my friend. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh. I gotta say, this is not the kind of beer I normally like. It's very sweet. Very, 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 very sweet. Like really caramel. And there's probably, that is the main note that you get off of it. You could probably pick out some other things, little bits of chocolate in there, some little bits of something a little bit more bitter that could be like a coffee. But really it smells and tastes just like caramel. And so it is really sweet. And you can see the head died down relatively instantly. It's almost like a bit of it's not flat. Like when you take a sip, there is some carbonation to it, but the body of the beer is very sticky, very oily. It's very sweet, but it does have a crisp finish on it. It doesn't linger too much, and there's a little bit of a bite when you take a sip, which is interesting because it looks like it's so low carbonation. It's a very masterfully made beer. It's not to my personal taste completely, but even then I can still appreciate that it's really good. I'll still enjoy this beer completely from beginning to end. Yeah, that sweetness is really strong. But wow, it's interesting. It is definitely unique. I haven't quite tasted a beer just like this one. Tell me, Matt, I gotta know. So after taking a sip of Santa's ass, what does it taste like?
as you were describing, and I really quite like your description. Like I think it makes me really feel like I'm tasting it as well. So I'd be curious to try it, but I can definitely see like maybe some of the flaws that I would also probably point out in it. So, but
I don't even say it's a flaw. It's just personal taste. And I think I know what you mean, because we're kind of similar in that sense where we don't like a lot of sweetness in our beers. Exactly. So for us, that might come off as like a borderline criticism. Yeah. But for somebody else, it might be the greatest thing in the world. Oh, exactly. It's a personal taste. Yeah. But going back to Santa's Butt, it's very interesting because, like I said, the aroma was incredibly subtle. The taste is exactly the opposite. It's very rich. It has those very deep, they're not quite coffee-like, roasted definitely. A little bit more hops than I would normally expect from other porters that I've had. This makes me reconsider that probably I haven't had the right porters, because normally I'm not a huge fan of that style in particular compared to the ones that I've personally tried. But this one here, I will say, like, is absolutely delicious. It's probably one of my favorite porters that I've had. Wow. It is resembling to me more, it's an in-between, and you know, this is the closest I can get with the description, but just to give you paint a picture, imagine the same subtleties of a Guinness draft, but with more of a hop presence, almost like leaning more towards the Foreign Extra Stout. Yeah. Not quite getting there, but it's kind of in between those two, and a slightly sharper carbonation than a classic. It doesn't have that creamy feel that, you know, the Guinness draft has. But I think if I had to put it in between some beers that we both had, it would be in between those two. Easy to drink. It's 6%, but it really drinks very nicely. It almost has like a slightly spice finish. So very, very good beer. Amazing. There you go, my friend. The 4th ever Christmas Brackets Christmas special. Merry Beer Brackets to everybody at home celebrating with us. Let us know down below, what are some beers that you'd love to have around the holiday time? Post down below. And if you did spend this whole time with us through this episode and watched all the way through from beginning to end, thank you so much for joining us. This is something else Andrew and I love to do with each other, regardless of whether we did it on the channel or not. Just spending time with each other around the holidays, spending time with beer friends around the holidays. It's one of the most important things you can do. Right, buddy? It really is. And this has become one of the most beautiful traditions. And I cheers to you. It really has. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, my friend. And cheers to everybody watching. And no matter what, don't forget to close your beer brackets. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays. Merry beer brackets to you.